personality on it. A lot of the different moods come out of the songs, how they were written and why they were written, and so there are some songs that are like "Be There" is a very personal, sad song, and was written at a very intense time, and other songs like "You and Me" were written in sort of over a long period of time, just thinking about different people in my life. And but while we were recording the record, we tried to. So I feel like I went to those different moods when we were recording them, but while we were the whole process, it was very fun and exciting, and I want it to feel lively, and I hope it feels lively anyway, and compelling.
You play a lot of instruments, so when was your first meeting with music? When did you start to play?
I first started playing violin when I was 6, and I saw a band, this sort of bluegrass band, play every weekend at a pizza parlor in San Diego, where I live, from the time I was 2 till I was about 8. And they have fun on stage, and they joke around, and they're silly, and they improvise, and it seemed interactive and social and fun, and so I think that was what was inviting to me. And the violin just spoke to me for some reason. There was a fiddle player in the band, and eventually I started taking lessons from him. Well, it was a little bit longer from when it was recorded, a while before it came out, so the time was actually a little bit closer to 3.5 years or 4 years that went by it. And the first record was, my goal was to reflect where I felt musically at home, and it was more of a starting place, and I wanted to, I was aware of the fact that it was a starting place, and I wanted it to be what I was comfortable with, and I didn't want to guess. I didn't want to just try something out and then have to tour behind it, represent that for years and years if I didn't identify with it too closely. So it was sort of a deliberate decision to stay close to home on that record. And this record, I think, because I toured behind the first record for a long time, and I had played with so many different people, and I think I became more comfortable with who I was and what I wanted to do. So I was a little bit more open-handed with the creative end of these on this record, where I wanted to have other people's influence. I wanted to have to share the songs with somebody else and see where they went. And I wanted it to be a little. I wanted it to be outside of my own comfort zone a little bit. And I felt like I knew myself well enough to know that I wouldn't let myself get carried away if I wasn't sure that it was the right thing. And, so I thought Blake Mills, the producer, I trusted him a whole lot. He's a very strong musician, and so I knew that he was worth going along with on certain things that I was uncomfortable with. I trusted his opinions enough to be willing to give them a shot for a little while. If I didn't like them in the end, we could scrap them, but I wanted to be pushed out of my comfort zone. I signed on to tour with them for the 6 months or 7 months that they promoted their new record, because they needed a fiddle player and a female singer to reflect the record well. And it ended up being really good timing because I needed a break from my own touring to kind of just refresh and recharge. And they're really fun people to tour with, and they are such great entertainers when it comes to leading their audience through this whole journey of their show. And I had a really good time. And also, they aren't super precious with their songs, and they were fine with me sort of learning how to add. Like I played baritone guitar on their show, which I'd never done on stage before, and I got to hit a drum. It was fun for me because I got to do things that I don't typically do on stage, because I'm not very good at them. But like I learned what I needed to do for those songs, and it was really fun. I enjoyed that trust that they had in me, and I learned a lot through that touring process.